Hey there, Virgo. Okay. Oh, and then we have the Ace of Wands. So, and I think within doing that, with changing your thought pattern, you're going to have sort of this inspiration, this motivation, this passionate, exciting idea that's going to come from training your brain to sort of if your brain's cluttered thinking about negative things or worrying, you're not going to have time for all your creative, inspiring, motivating, exciting things to come into your life. So, this wand is clearing away the clouds and bringing in light and brightness and energy and purpose and motivation and growth. So it's going to allow for new growth. And you have the Five of Wands. So I see the Five of Wands. This is a card about competition. So competition can either be friendly or not so friendly. So, for example, I use this example. If you are a runner and on the weekends you like to do 5Ks, you're doing that for fun. You're not, if I don't beat this person, it's going to be devastating to my life. You're usually going against your own time, and it helps keep you motivated through the week or the weeks in between to keep your training going. So it's something, it's a competition that's friendly and motivating. Or it could be, and this is another shift in perception here. If you do run and you get so caught up in doing well, beating your own time or beating other people, that it becomes this stressful negative thing, well, then you're using competition to sort of beat yourself up in sort of a negative reinforcement. And I have to be very careful. I realize that I do tend with my child that I do negative reinforcement instead of positive encouragement to try to change behaviors. And it's just so ingrained in us as a society. So just think about, how are you motivating yourself? And as you go through the Wands cards, you have this exciting idea that you're starting. The hard part about with the Wands cards is keeping up your motivation. So be careful that if you come into some competition, that you don't go back to that negative beating yourself up, that you stay enthusiastic and positive and light. And so you can see the clouds are sort of starting to come back in a little bit. But, keep your wand up, keep your enthusiasm up. Don't let other people get you down, and keep going forward. We have to be our own cheerleaders. And then we have the Page of Cups. So pages are about messages and cups are about emotions. So there's going to be a message, a new beginning in emotions. You're gonna start to feel better as you go through the month if you consciously try to change your thought patterns from trying to motivate yourself through negativity and blaming and shaming and going over negative things, and to counting our wins and being our own cheerleaders and motivating ourselves and giving ourselves a break and allowing positive thoughts that will bring in creativity. And then as we start to be more creative, don't let those negative thoughts creep back in. And as we keep working on this and continue to give ourselves a break and peace and quiet and reflective meditative time, it's going to usher in the beginning of a new way we feel about things, in a positive way, new emotional fulfillment and a change in our emotions. We're going to start to notice that we bring in more positive feelings from the outside as well, because we're going to be putting out more positivity, and that's going to come back to us, that law of attraction. And in a way, I don't think it's that we're actually getting more positive things than we were. It's just that we're noticing them and we're open to them. I mean, I think that's really the key, is, appreciating the things. And so if we're focused on the positive things instead of the negative things, we're going to actually notice the positive things in our lives that was probably there the whole time. We're just being negative Nellies, and criticizing ourselves. So at the bottom of the deck, you have the Four of Swords. And this is my give yourself a break card. Swords are all about mental activity. And the Swords cards tend to have, can have a negative reputation, shall we say. And that's because our mind is often that's our worst enemy, is our thoughts and our ego, and our perceptions and what we think, and the filter, the thought processes that we interject, is that right, into situations. And so this card asks us to stop, to give ourselves a break, to stop with the negative thoughts and just try to calm our minds and rest. It's like take a time out. Take a time out from the negativity, from the negative thoughts. And, this comes after the Three of Swords, which is often, a very trying card. So it's like, what, just somehow try to, and I know people are like, well, how do you do that? How, if some bad stuff is going on, it's like, try to meditate, try to rest, try to go take a walk, try to do things, which where you're not focusing on some negative thing and just obsessing about it. It takes training our brains not to do it. It's not easy, but it definitely can be done. So try to find ways to do that. The brain, if you're just sitting around obsessing about something negative, that's all you're going to think about it. But you can go to a movie, you can read a book, you can write down positive affirmations, you can think about all the good things in your life and the happy memories. Because when bad things happen, it didn't even have to necessarily be anything bad happening. You ever notice that? You can just sort of get into a funk. So try to consciously think about listing all the positive things you have in your life. And then your brain's going to be busy focusing on the positive and not the negative things. But then also this card's about not beating yourself up about when you haven't been successful doing that. So really count your wins, give yourself a break, treat yourself like you would your best friend. Think, okay, if this was happening to my best friend, would I think she was an idiot, or would I tell her to be nice to herself and give her or himself a break? Take care.